The amount of harem anime in the recent years has been pretty big, but not all of them could live up to our expectations. Harem is a genre that I enjoy a lot when it's done right, and other times it just feels weird. Today we will see 10 legendary harem anime that I feel like every harem anime fan should watch. But before we start, be sure to subscribe and turn on starting this list with Data Live. Data Live is one of the few harem anime that actually has more than one season, and surprisingly season 4 has also been announced. The premise of Data Live might seem pretty weird at first, as it simply explains what we will see in the future episodes, which is, a new girl gets introduced every time and somehow our main character has to conquer their hearts. And even if at first it might seem pretty generic like a dating simulator, in reality this anime actually has a deep plot which will get unraveled in the upcoming seasons. Not to mention the girls in this anime, they are all very cute and stupid, which is a thing that might annoy some people, but for me it was pretty enjoyable, and I'm pretty excited for season 4. Next on the list is Monster Musume, Everyday Life with Monster Girls. The title of this anime literally describes what it's about. The story is quite simple. There is a new program implemented in that world which allows fantasy beings to come to our world as some sort of exchange students. Our main character agrees to take in Mia, a Lamia who is a half-human half-snake. She immediately falls in love with him, but the problem is that sexual relationships between humans and monsters are forbidden. Gradually more monster girls joins his harem, and we see their everyday life. This is a highly perverted ecchi harem anime. If you don't like that kind of thing, you might as well drop this show, but in all honesty it was quite entertaining, and it's still my favorite monster girl anime. Moving on, we have To Love Ru. This is a very famous harem anime series, and it is also the oldest of all among this list. There isn't much of a story in To Love Ru, it solely focuses on the harem ecchi aspect without any decent plot. Every episode is like a filler, and they don't actually connect with each other except for few of them. But still it was pretty funny and enjoyable as a harem anime. However, in the later seasons it did get a bit serious, and they had an objective to fulfill. Overall it's pretty good, and how can I not watch it when my favorite male character in all of anime loves it? Next up is Trinity 7. Another harem anime that is pretty popular among the community. The story of this anime revolves around Arata, who suddenly finds himself in a breakdown phenomenon, which is the destruction of Arata's town and the disappearance of the people inhabiting it. However, due to the fact that he has a grimoire with him, he unconsciously constructs an artificial world. To investigate the phenomenon, Lilith appears before Arata, whose artificial world suddenly disintegrates. And he is given two choices: hand over the book, or die. However, Arata chooses the third option, which is enrolling in the top-secret magic school academy, where 6 other magical users await him, and together they are known as Trinity 7. The thing I like the most about this anime is that our main character actually has a backbone. Next we have The World God Only Knows. This is an anime which is pretty much like a dating simulator. Much like Data Live, this anime has a similar concept. Our main character is a legendary gamer known as God of Conquest, who can conquer any girl's heart in dating sims, that is. When he arrogantly accepts an anonymous offer to prove his supremacy at dating sim games, he is misled into aiding a naive and impish demon from hell named Elsie with her mission of retrieving runaway evil spirits who have escaped from hell and scattered themselves throughout the human world. He discovers that the only way to capture these spirits is to conquer what he hates the most: the unpredictable hearts of three-dimensional girls. This is quite different from your average harem anime, even if it sounds generic, and our main character is such a drama king that he will make you laugh like crazy. Coming in next is Nisekoi, False Love. The story of Nisekoi revolves around Raku, a high school student who's also the heir to an intimidating Yakuza family. However, when the American Beehive gang invades his family's turf, Raku's idyllic romantic dreams are sent for a toss as he is dragged into a frustrating conflict. Raku is to pretend that he is in a romantic relationship with Chitoge, the beautiful daughter of the Beehive's chief, so as to reduce the friction between the two groups. I'm sure many of you have already watched it, but those who haven't, I highly suggest you to watch it if you're into rom-com harem anime. Next on the list is The Fruit of Grisea. Grisea is one of my most favorite anime series ever, and the only problem I had with it is the fact that it has so little episodes when it could have had more. Even though at the start this anime might seem to be typical harem cliches, it's actually far more than that. Although the anime adaptation wasn't as good as the popular visual novel, but still, at least to me it was quite good, especially the backstory of the characters and our main character. Like typical harem anime, this anime is not all fun and games, and if you haven't watched it yet I highly recommend you to watch this. Next we have The Quintessential Quintuplets. This is an anime that has a certain charm to it that makes it different from many other harem anime, and makes it much more enjoyable. I'm not certain how it manages that, but I love it regardless. The story follows our main character Futaro, who has financial crisis in his family, but he's a very good student, so when he gets a golden opportunity to clear his family's debt by tutoring the daughters of a wealthy family, he immediately takes the offer. Then he meets the 5 quintuplets, who are each very unique individuals. We follow their lives as Futaro tries his best to make these girls get better at studying. I really like the characters in this anime and second season made me love them more. And I'm excitedly waiting for the upcoming movie. Moving on, we have the Monogatari series. I don't think anybody can argue with the fact that this is legendary. Everything about the Monogatari series is unique. From its story to the animation and the soundtrack, even the characters are also unique. I love this anime a lot and the characters in this anime are the reason for that. Our main character is a vampire who has connection to a legendary vampire due to some incidents which you can see if you watch it. And he helps girls who have problems related to the supernatural. But I'm not gonna lie, at the start of this series I was getting really confused at everything, and mostly the bending poses, and how they go from scene to scene with some text in between. Well, I don't want to spoil the fun for anybody, and I do hope nobody's gonna skip this masterpiece.
Summon!
And the final position goes to High School DxD. If you like harem anime, this is a must-watch. High School DxD is the best harem anime ever in my opinion. This anime has a very deep plot which is really unusual for a harem anime, and honestly it's the best thing. The characters in this anime are also great, and not to mention the female leads. This anime has my most favorite females in all of anime, and I'm sure most people will agree with me on this one. Although the thing that might give people the cringe is our main character, who's a total pervert, and he acts so stupid sometimes that some people might not like. But that's another thing that makes this anime so fun and enjoyable to watch. The anime is filled with quite a lot fan service, so those who haven't watched it yet, keep an eye out for that. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and be sure to give a like to help make more videos like this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing that as well. Also, you can join our Discord server to chat with other otakus like yourself. With that being said, see you next time.